How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massa Beer Reviews, back with a little 8-bit hopeful goodness in the form of Ghost Hawk Brewing. This be their American wheat with cherries. See the little cherries? That's how you know there's cherries in there. This comes courtesy of my boy Christian. He works there, but he sent them independent of itself. Yeah, I'm kind of excited to dive into this. I haven't had a cherry wheat beer in a while. It's a very popular style among old school homebrew people, or even like old school kind of breweries, like brew pub style stuff. I mean, who here hasn't had Sam Adams cherry wheat? I mean, it was like a quintessential like gateway beer for a lot of us back in the day. And I'm gonna let you know a little secret: that beer does not suck. So yeah, I'm kind of curious to see how this one plays out. Label wise, absolutely fantastic. Got those little kind of 1-up cherries you would get from Super Mario Brothers, and yeah, right. Is it Mario Brothers with the cherries? I'm wrong. What am I thinking of? Why am I thinking 1-up? No, it is 1-up. Anyway, is it Donkey Kong? I don't know. I'm fucked up. My video game rep has now been tarnished because I can't remember where the cherries come from. Because it's not. The 1-up is the Life guy. Where's that goddamn cherry 1-up? Oh, I'm sorry, guys, for not being nerdy enough. Anyway, I mean, she looks like a fruit-based beer. You know, beer to guard fruit-based beer. Is that rich kind of pulpy, kind of fleshy kind of color that you would get from cherries added to beer. So sure, she looks the part of a wheated beer with a bit of cherry added to it. Let's see if you get a nose. There's something a little funky in here. I get the cherries, I get the wheat, but there's a little bit of kind of like a little funky kind of, not sulfury, but almost like the cherries that were used were like a little bit past their prime kind of thing. So I'm not sure if that's going to translate into maybe something a little bit funky in the actual beer itself. As far as a date in this can, this is a 1.5 old, which shouldn't be a problem. So the nose isn't giving me beautifulness. Subtle little cherry, a little bit of wheat, but there's that little nefarious thing there. You're like, if I waited 4 or 5 months, this beer might go sideways kind of thing. Not tart or sour, but yeah. Just dive in. Cheers. Yeah. I think this one's a little bit sideways. Because there's really not much there. There's really not much any mouthfeel whatsoever, which you'd be like, okay, it's a wheat beer. You'd expect at least a decent amount of mouthfeel out of it. The cherry is kind of there, but it's kind of washed out. Everything's muted. I think it's an oxidation thing that's kind of fueling maybe some unfermented fruit in the beer. I don't know. To kind of have it go a little bit kind of neutral. It does taste like a beer that is, you know, a couple months away from kind of not being a good beer. Let's put it that way. And I don't think it's a matter of the process of brewing. I think it might be the cherry addition might be a little weird on it. And it might turn this into something a little bit nefarious down the line. I just think since it's relatively fresh, it just hasn't gotten there yet. It just tastes like watered down, subtly wheat driven, very subtly wheat driven, subtle cherry, done, water, almost like wort to a point. That's how undercarbonated it is, and that's how unimpactful it is. Like if you kind of like just made wort and, you know, sat that on cherries and never threw some yeast in there kind of thing going on. That's how it comes off to me. So it's a little bit of a miss here. I just think it has something to do with the cherries. You know? I could be wrong, but that's just my guess. So it's not even really fair to really talk about the beer because I'm 99% sure this isn't how this beer is supposed to be. But let's talk about it. It's one of the better wheat beers I've had as of late. No. Value and availability, no idea. Christian, let me know it's what with this can and leave you with. If you like what, will you like this? If you like giving breweries another chance. I mean, I think this is like the 3rd or 4th Ghost Hawk can that I've gotten into. Excuse me. That Christian sent me. And this is the first one that is not only like negative, but even close to being negative. All the other ones are pretty freaking awesome. So, kind of a bummer, but that's the kind of, you know, that's the chance you take every now and then with these kind of fruit-laden beers. 'Tis what it is. So there you go, another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it, Massive Beers, if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive, want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little beer right now. We'll see you next time. Cheers.